So that's it, huh? That's the Game Awards. I actually really like the Game Awards because it's the first award show that's really catered to my interests, video games. But what the heck has been going on this year with the Game Awards? And how come there wasn't a focus on the awards part of this award ceremony, huh? I have a couple of gripes with this year's Game Awards, and let's break it down. This one started before the award ceremony even began. And as you can see here, Best Indie Game of the Year, it was pretty stacked. But one nomination stood out to me, Dave the Diver. Is it a bad time for me to tell you guys I've never played Dave the Diver before? But this isn't about the quality of the game. I'm sure the game is good, but rather about why it was nominated as Best Indie Game when Dave the Diver really isn't an indie game. So as you can see here, Dave the Diver was published and developed by Midrocket, which in theory sounds like a new company, right? I've never heard of them before, right? But when you click on their homepage, it's actually Nexon's page. Nexon, the developers of massive hits like MapleStory. MapleStory is an MMO from 2003 that's still going strong because of how many players still play it. That's like the furthest thing away from an indie I can think of. But on the Nintendo Switch page, you can see that it's published by Nexon. So I will be perfectly frank. The developers of Dave the Diver never hid the fact that they were part of Nexon, but for whatever reason, the TGA judges decided to nominate Dave the Diver anyways for Best Indie Game. And this was Geoff Keighley's response to this. Independent can mean different things to different people, and it's sort of a broad term. You can argue, does independent mean the budget of a game? Does independent mean where the source of financing was? Does it mean the team size? I think everyone has their own opinion about this, and we really defer to our judge of 120 global media outlets who vote on these awards to make that determination of is something independent or not. And with all due respect, Mr. Keighley, when it comes to these sort of awards show, you need to have a set definition of what indie actually means. You have access to all of these publications, all of these celebrities, and you have access to just about every indie developer you'd want. You have enough brain power and resources to figure out what constitutes as indie in terms of the Game Awards. Yes, it may not be a definition that everyone agrees to, but as long as you have a standard definition of what indie is, I don't think people really care. But here's the thing though, I don't know what reasonable definition of indie Dave the Diver would fit under. And no, having pixel art doesn't automatically make it an indie game, but I guess it doesn't matter in the end because Sea of Stars actually won Indie Game of the Year. Congratulations, by the way, and congratulations to all developers that were nominated. And yes, even you, Dave the Diver. The next questionable entry is Cyberpunk within the ongoing game. So the ongoing game is supposed to be something like, I don't know, an MMORPG or like a live service shooter like Apex Legends, and 4 of these 5 games I would consider ongoing because they're constantly changing. They're, you know, a live service game. Cyberpunk isn't live service. Yeah, they have a ton of patches, but that doesn't qualify as live service. They also released 1 DLC, but here's the thing though. Why is it considered ongoing? Plenty of games that aren't live services get plenty of patches that overhaul systems or fix bugs and stuff like that. And they even get DLCs as well, but that doesn't really qualify them as a ongoing game. And furthermore, CD Projekt Red stated that they wouldn't be making any more Cyberpunk DLC because they're migrating engines. So doesn't that mean it's not an ongoing game because they're not making new story content anymore? They're just fixing bugs and all that stuff? Yes, Cyberpunk finally got the redemption it deserves. It's finally the game it set out to be. But is it really an ongoing game? It also won in this category as well, which is crazy to me because it's nothing like the other games. Like, yeah, Cyberpunk should win because it's a $60 game that doesn't have microtransactions and all that stuff, but still. My next gripe is category inflation. Like, okay, hear me out. We don't need all of those esports awards. You know, esports has their own separate award ceremony, right? It's always a category I skip because I really don't care. As for best esports game, it's always the same games every year, with like 1 or 2 outliers that rotate every year. You know, PUBG Mobile is the outlier this year. I didn't even know that was a real esport. As for best esport athlete, you know, what about all the fighting game players? It's usually MOBA or FPS players. No hate on them, but seriously. There's more esports genres than MOBAs and FPSs. The fighting game community gets robbed every year. Also, content creator of the year, I only know 2 people out of that list. I know Iron Mouse and I know People Make Games. And you know what? Congratulations to Iron Mouse. She really deserves the win. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a VTuber as well. She really did deserve the win. It was either gonna be People Make Games or Iron Mouse. But my big question is the content creator category even really necessary? You know YouTube and Twitch host their own content creator awards, right? Another issue I have is that half of the awards they announced, they don't even give any fanfare to. Like literally they rapid fire awards and then get to ads. Like imagine if you won Best Indie Game of the Year and you didn't even get a chance to give your speech. That's insulting. Like seriously, they deserve some recognition aside from, oh, you won this award, congratulations, yada yada yada. They should go up there and talk about their experiences. And on the topic of people giving speeches, they've been rushing the hell out of people. Like seriously. I don't know if you saw this viral video, but it's of Mr. Aonuma giving a speech, and there's a teleprompter saying, please wrap it up. Like seriously? Yes, I know that Christopher Judge, voice of Kratos, gave an acceptance speech that took like a million years for him to accept, but come on, man. Give them some time to talk. It's their moment to shine. Give them some time to speak their minds and their experiences. And here's another issue I have with the Game Awards. Too much time wasted on Hollywood shenanigans. Okay, yes, Matthew McConaughey showing up was pretty cool, but like, they gave way more time to these celebrities than to the people that deserve the spotlight. Like, you know, the people winning these awards, the people that deserve recognition. Yes, I get it. They have Matthew McConaughey, and they also have Simu Liu, Jordan Peele, and Paul Atreides. I think 3 of those people are working on a video game, but still. I also can't forget about Anthony Mackie going on stage talking about Twisted Metal and Twisted Metal Season 2, which, by the way, I've never seen before. I played the old Twisted Metals on my PS1 though, but it was especially egregious during the Hideo Kojima section. Like, my god. They gave Kojima so much time to show off his new game, OD. I'm thinking OD might be a spiritual successor to PT. But they showed off basically nothing but like face capture tech. And I mean, that's cool that you have Hunter Schafer from Euphoria. No, not that Euphoria. This Euphoria. But all the other celebrity stuff, I'm not really into it. Never been one for celebrity culture, but still. And finally, I think this would have been a good time for Geoff Keighley to talk about the layoffs this year. You know, so many people got laid off this year from the games industry. Multiple layoffs from multiple major developers. Isn't that crazy? As many on the internet say, it's been one of the best years for games, but one of the worst for developers as a whole. There's nothing worse than being told by a company that you poured your heart and soul into that you're not worth keeping for whatever reason. And sometimes it's not even about how much value you bring to your company, or even how productive you are at your company. Sometimes it's all about the money. You know, a couple of years back, Geoff Keighley made a statement about how Konami wouldn't let Kojima claim his award at the Game Awards for Metal Gear Solid 5. It was a really long speech sticking up for Kojima. Now, yes, I get it. Him and Kojima are like besties, but come on, man. Where's the love for the rest of the industry? Where's the love for the rest of the industry when Kojima isn't involved, huh? Shouldn't you give them some love too? After all, some of those people are involved in making some of the best bangers of this year, so keep that in mind. That said, the Game Awards wasn't all bad though. Some of the trailers were pretty cool, and you know what, Baldur's Gate 3 got the recognition it deserved. Maybe it means more developers will stick around to copying Baldur's Gate 3. Some of the trailers were pretty cool. Sega had that massive 5-game announcement that they made, including a new Shinobi. Thank God, man, I love Shinobi. There's also a new game from Ikumi Nakamura called Kemuri, and I really want to play it. And of course, new Monster Hunter. A lot of announcements for a lot of different people that enjoy a lot of different games. A lot of cozy games too, though I'm not a fan of cozy games. If you like this video, please press the like button and check out our other videos. And if you like those other videos as well, be sure to press the subscribe button and share the good gospel of high-tech lowlife with your friends. Furthermore, we have a community Discord for enlightened individuals such as you. And if you wish to further support high-tech lowlife, be sure to check out our Patreon page. Links in the description.